Mohamed Salah.
Hakimi.
For me, it's an
A gift from
I'm a Liverpool
Allah.
fan.
You know you are Liverpool fan.
I'm a Liverpool fan.
From
But this is
Prrrr is big, Prrrr is back, Prrrr is live, Prrrr is BBL. My name is Leonard Abekando, and you know, as Ghana, we go Asia where we do Asia tour. Europe leagues or European countries are also playing. And yes, there's been some couple of news where we have to discuss. I mean, the team, they are here and then we are going to discuss. Whatever way they go wrong. But let me take you to this very first story where on the front page of an England newspaper, it says that leave Jude at home. What is it trying to say? It's basically about Thomas Tuchel saying that previously, I mean, in some other interview where he was a coach, he was asked about Bellingham and he says he acted a little bit repulsive. Now, over the international window where they were also playing games, he subbed Jude Bellingham around the 80th minute for Elliot Anderson or any other player like that. And then looks like Jude Bellingham, you know, he's 10. Only Vinicius are 19. Your money be winning. But yeah, I'm Thomas to hear about Bontia Beka in your maybe. And then he has also spoke about the fact that he has already found the compactiveness of two players on the midfield. He wouldn't be scared to drop certain people. These and many other ones that we will discuss here on the show. I have with me here PY, Stana, and then Sports Latan. Guys, Charlie, thanks. Welcome.
Yeah, Charlie.
Right. So let me begin with PY. Thomas Tuchel, he's taking big decisions. Might come back to hurt him. Or?
But yeah, I don't think Thomas Tuchel is a very, very good manager. He has done it. And if anything, he has showed how good of a manager he is in tournament situations, leading Chelsea to that UCL victory. Because in that league, they were not the best team in the league, but then they played the Champions League that like they wanted to win a tournament, and then they did win it. He has showed that. He took PSG to the final against Bayern, but they lost unfortunately. So that just shows his class as a tournament manager. So he being appointed as England manager, I felt like was the perfect fit. And we sat here and spoke about managers having the guts to take big decisions. Big decisions don't always mean they are the right decisions. Yeah, big decisions don't always mean they're the right decisions. Leaving Jude Bellingham out, arguably one of the best attacking midfielders in general in the world right now, out of your World Cup squad, just to prove a point, because that is what it looks like he's doing, just to prove a point. Because you cannot tell me you're taking Bellingham out based off of tactics. You know how coaches want to assert their dominance because they coach in a big team with so many egos. You cannot let one override you, and then it's like it opens way for other people to come in and do it.
Right.
So this is more like just to prove a point. Right. This is a move just because how can you come back? This same Tuchel came out yesterday to tell me that Yearl Kwanzaa, who is not even a right back, is a little bit ahead of Trent Alexander-Arnold. How can you tell me this?
I mean, don't you think that comments like this will get players like Alexander-Arnold, who is in Madrid, to get back to his best? I mean, trigger him. Don't you think so? It's just a comment that will trigger him.
I think so. There's an element of that.
Yeah.
And as well, I think Thomas Tuchel, I don't know what he's trying to do here. He's trying to be as transparent as he can with the English media. So he says that in the number 10 position, it's Phil Foden or Jude Bellingham or Morgan Rogers, and that Foden, Bellingham, and Harry Kane can't play together. I don't think there's something that he needed to say. He could have kept that indoors and dealt with it indoors. He didn't need to say that publicly. But Jude Bellingham, this is who he is. I mean, he's a competitor. He's a winner.
He always wants to play.
This is, there are some players who have an edge to their game. This is just how he is. And so he was benched for the first game. He came on, and then he started this game, played well. He was man of the match. He wanted to play the whole game. Yeah. And then he was being substituted out. And I don't think his reaction was over the top, really. He shouldn't have done it, probably. But I don't think it was over the top. The English media, I think, because Jude Bellingham doesn't play in the Premier League, they don't get to talk about him a lot. So when it comes to the national side, and then there's anything little, they are trying to build up something out of absolutely nothing. I think that this is it's a bit ridiculous, the kind of traction it has gotten, but it's not really a big deal for me.
Zlatan,
Yes.
Tuchel believes that, I mean, it needs to be a selfless collective effort of the England team.
Yeah.
And with attitude like that sort of attitude from Jude Bellingham, he says it's affect the team. So when it comes to big decisions, he will make it.
So I think with Thomas Tuchel, I'm just praying that the Black Stars will be drawing against England so that we will knock them out. Yeah, any team that is very serious will beat England easily. And then we saw Senegal, the Taranga Lions, do that against England. It is very easy to beat England because one, the manager himself is outside there putting all his tactics to the media, to the world. Now, Bellingham, Foden, and then Harry Kane can't play together. Jarrell Kwanzaa is preferred ahead of Trent Alexander-Arnold. And so what? Coaches go into the dressing room, coaches think, and then they sort things out there, and we see what they will implement on the pitch. Bellingham, arguably one of the best players alive at the moment, attacking midfielders that we've seen so far. So if you are the manager of the Three Lions of England, before you be employed over there, he was one of their key players when they went to the Euros. We saw how he dragged them single-handedly to the finals of that tournament. And then you are in now telling us that Jude Bellingham is not even the perfect fit for your team. Who? Elliot Anderson. Then you have to, prove to us. They've been singing it is coming home for like over 10 decades. I mean, 40 years now. 66 years now. So if you're a manager and then you are in and then you think the favorite players, the preferred ones that the previous managers use are not up there, the new players that you are introducing, the only way to, shut your critic is by winning something for the team.
He's been winning.
And no, it's not about he's been winning. Go to the tournament and win.
Is the big deal.
The standard for the English national team was finals of tournament, semi-finals of tournament. But with the way Tuchel has started, I don't see him crossing even the knockout stages. Because as a manager, and then you prefer Jarrell Kwanzaa because of what? You prefer other players, Elliot Anderson in your midfield ahead of Jude Bellingham. I agree, being repulsive or whatever. Bellingham was a deep playing footballer for Borussia Dortmund under Edwin Terzic. When he joined Real Madrid, Carlo Ancelotti took it upon himself to change the destiny of Jude Bellingham. So players can have same profiles, players can have same attributes, but as a manager, you use these players to your strength to outsmart your opponent. You don't tell your opponent that the guy your opponent is rather afraid of is not even part of your plans. You leave that guy in your squad to be your secret weapon because you don't know when and how the player is going to be introduced or even do something better. From the onset, now the media is against Jude Bellingham. He's been repulsive. He's a bad player.
He apologized for that. Thomas Tuchel apologized for
he's even.
I mean, that was.
He apologized for using the word.
He's not a good
repulsive.
player in the dressing room. Blah blah blah. You do all of this, and I'm hoping that Otwadu will be meeting. Thomas Tuchel at the World Cup.
Otwadu matter even no strong.
No, any serious team will beat England.
Let's move on. Let's move on from Thomas Tuchel. But yesterday there was this match that I think that it will be one that we'll talk about.
One for the ages, honestly.
I mean, when you think about Scotland, you just think of them about them being at the World Cup, but about how they got to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Scott McTominay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look at the goal.
Add another God, bro.
Oh my God.
So Scott McTominay, Scotland have qualified for the World Cup. You see the rhyming, Scott. And the goal that he scored is an all-timer because that goal was a goal that we normally say with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, my grandfather. So the perfect thing. So the perfect thing about their qualification is that it is high time we start to accept our situations in life. You have to move from one place to the other to be better than who you were. If you don't change your environment, it might affect you positively or negatively. Look at Scott McTominay, right from Manchester United. Now he's that guy for the city of Naples, winning the best player in the Italian Serie A, nominated part of the top 30 globally in the Ballon d'Or. I bet you would have never seen this if still that guy was called Red Devil because Red Devils don't win Ballon d'Ors again. You get me? But playing for Napoli, he has changed something. You look at the environment. And this goes back to Manchester United. There are lots of players. It's in succession. We can blame the players, but there's this iota of, evidence in there. Jadon Sancho, You get me? Anthony,
So
the spin.
what do you think it is? Is it culture?
The culture of Manchester United, the only person who instilled a proper culture and something that was transferable from ages to players to other players, the respect in the locker room, the desire to win was Ferguson. After Ferguson, United looks like a jigsaw puzzle. You come, you fix yours, you continue, you lose, you go, they sack you. Even Rio Ferdinand can change the tactics of United on the screens of, televisions to affect the players. So the problem with Manchester United, you see how Scott is playing, and people will say that's
Scotland.
So this is the linkage. So this is the linkage. After praising the Scottish team, how they've qualified for the World Cup, and then you isolate Scott McTominay, you now understand that he had to leave United to be that player he is today, to even help his nation to the national team. After getting that, you now analyze United and how players move from United and then they are better outside it. So this is what about agenda. Look at the numbers. Look at them. Now, do you know Anthony Martial? Do you know Anthony Martial had a Ballon d'Or clause in his contract? We saw Jadon Sancho.
Yes.
We saw Paul Abili Pogba. We've seen big players there.
Look at where they play, how they play, if they play.
I also want to talk about Andy Robertson, the captain of Scotland, being the first captain to qualify Scotland to the World Cup
28 years.
Yes, 1998. It's a big deal.
And
I watched his interview after the game. He talked about Diogo Jota and the fact that he was thinking about him after the game. He actually made me emotional thinking about it. He talked about the fact that, you see, in the 2022 World Cup, Diogo Jota was injured. So he's never played at the World Cup. So they were having conversations about the experience, how it would be like playing at the World Cup. And so it was very nice to see him giving a tribute to Diogo Jota.
I mean, but no, I mean, all the goals to was bangers.
Yeah, Kieran Tierney.
That's what I wanted him to talk about and not switch it to per agenda.
No, this is not
Zlatan per agenda too much. Because how can you tell me say Yashem match an all timer? Oh, they say United day.
United.
They must support United.
So leave him to the United fans in the comment section.
You have to respect United a bit,
And then Brekum All Stars not a small team.
They are not better than United.
And United are better than us.
Winning Amorim ball.
We are not talking. Make your point.
Some way, bro. Anyways,
I won't sit here for you to talk trash about the United people.
Make your point.
But make your point.
Brekum United.
Make your point.
Anyway, so I was talking about the game. An all-timer for like a World Cup qualifier. The fourth goal of that game came from the halfway line in his own half. It was
in his own half.
Yeah,
that was a
Kieran Tierney scored the go-ahead goal. I think in the 89th minute or so. It was a very good game. Watched the Scott McTominay goal and I was like, Charlie, this guy.
To chip this in, you see, when you watch Coach McTominay and then you understand that players can be misprofiled and then they'll be given other things. Even in the midfield, we saw how good he was, very boisterous. He wanted to win the balls. But I can say this for a fact that in terms of, clinical instincts, being very potent in front of goal, locating, attacking spaces, running behind defenders, creating space to get a good pass from your midfielders. Scott McTominay is a clinical and a better forward. He's even a better forward than Benjamin Sesko. In terms of scoring goals, he's better than Benjamin Sesko.
The one thing about his time at Manchester United is I think he was misprofiled a little bit.
This is not Manchester United. That is the end of
Scott. That is coming through the ranks.
This is not a Manchester United talk. So let's move on to the CAF Player of the Year. You people want to turn this conversation to a Manchester United talk, and I won't allow it. The CAF conversation. Now, Player of the Year. Player of the Year. We are talking about Hakimi. We are talking about Hakimi. We are talking about Osimhen. We are talking about Mohamed Salah. Now, who do you think deserve the African Ballon d'Or? The CAF player.
Mohamed Salah.
Ashraf Hakimi.
For me, it's a
gift from
I'm a Liverpool fan.
You know you are a Liverpool fan.
I'm a Liverpool fan. But this is a non-contest. I think
Liverpool.
Drop your reasons why you think Salah deserves it.
Drop.
I know you're looking at me like that.
No.
So go.
PY.
But
I'll give it to Ashraf.
No, let's start with PY. Why do you think
Salah
deserves the award ahead of Hakimi?
If I talk more time, why? I mean, it's not you, crap.
Hey,
it's not you.
I would say.
So we minimum all of us can argue, can accept the fact that the Premier League is the best league in the world.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
Okay.
No be fact too.
Oh, brother.
How can the
I
Premier
know
League
they
be
ever
the
come,
best
but
league in
the
the
Premier League is the best league in the world without a doubt.
world? With a doubt. How is the continue?
Without a doubt.
No,
And then
take it from
we have a player that comes into the Premier League.
The Premier League is the best in the world.
It's never the
nine
best.
odd years into the Premier League and has been arguably the best player in the league. Going on 33 years.
You are talking about
With the
this
whole,
year,
with the,
not
yes,
9
yes,
years.
maybe. Going on
Make your
33
point.
years with the whole contract saga coming in and everything, whether or not he's going to renew all that. And then he goes ahead to put down an all-timer season. The best the Premier League has seen. The same Premier League that Ronaldo played in, Zlatan Ibrahimovic was Zlatan the crowd won't be.
So are you talking about the history?
everybody.
Are you talking
He
about the
came
history
on-
of Salah or why he deserves
Listen to what I'm
this
saying.
current Ballon d'Or
The,
for Africa?
the Ballon d'Or
For
is
Africans.
Yes,
Is
is
a
a
season-
representation
And you're talking about
of
because
what he
Ronaldo
did
played in the
last
in the
season,
And I'm
yes.
trying to
Hold on,
tell
hold
you,
on, let
he
him land.
puts down an all-timer season. Nobody comes close to those numbers.
Yeah.
The best ever players we have seen play, Obiamba close to, drags Liverpool single-handedly with contributing almost 50% of Liverpool's goals to win the league.
Okay.
Comfortably.
Okay.
In that same league that your Pep Guardiola is in.
Keyword, comfort.
Comfortably won the league comfortably. He does all this, goes ahead to win every single individual award there is to win.
Never been done.
Yes, there is to win in the Premier League. FWA, PFA, Premier League, goal scorer. Was it WWE? What's the title? Goal scorer of the year, assist playmaker of the year. Every single award there is to win. He won unprecedented.
So does that leave the contest between Salah and Hakimi?
Goes ahead,
it's a
goes
street
ahead
fight.
to finish number 5 in the Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or voting.
Where did Hakimi finish though? Anyway,
Hakimi didn't rank top 10.
what are you talking about?
Was he top 10?
Yes.
What are you
But
talking
I know
about?
Nuno Mensch
think
ranked
7th or something.
No, 7th.
Oh, come on, bro.
Yeah.
So while you're
He was
checking,
top
I think you have to chip this in about Achraf Hakimi. So we are talking about a player who was very vital for Luis Enrique when they won the UEFA Champions League. If you are talking about system and managers having tactical variations, a very key player for Luis Enrique will be Achraf Hakimi and then Nuno Mendes on the flanks. We saw Hakimi more happen goals. So as a defender, you don't expect goals from him, but he decided that he's going to add that thing to his catalogue. You look at the goals and the assists, the contributions. And before we forget, Achraf Hakimi actually knocked out Mohamed Salah from the UEFA Champions League, although Salah finished top when we played the group stages. So it tells you something. To me, if you are talking about a player's impact, Mohamed Salah was very impactful for Liverpool when they won the EPL. And then because of that...
Hakimi was 7 though.
Hakimi was 7th. And then because of that, he won other accolades in terms of the PFA awards, individual accolades, he got them. But when you talk about Achraf Hakimi, you can get over 4 trophies in the year for a player to have almost all minutes in this tournament. From the Club World Cup, you talk about Hakimi. In the Champions League, it's about Hakimi. In the French League 1, that at least you can equate it to the EPL. So look at what I'm talking about. You bring the EPL on board. Hakimi puts his French League 1 on board. I know you people will say, no, the EPL is heavy than the League 1. Fine. He adds the Coupe de France. You still argue. Fine. He adds the French League Cup. You still argue. Now he puts the UEFA Champions League medal on the table. Not just as a passer, but a passenger in the team. He was very key in terms of assists, in terms of goals. Something he added to
As a defender,
as a
though.
defender that we don't expect from him. But for Mo Salah, we saw what he did, expectations being met or crossed. He won everything in the EPO. Outside England, Salah was non-existent. He was nothing. We saw it in the UEFA Champions League. He was not playing any better football even than the defender Achraf Hakimi. Talk about national team football. The Egyptian national team were able to do games without Mohamed Salah. Talk about Moroccan national team too.
I don't.
how do you say that?
I'm coming. No,
How do you say that?
he's still. So let's.
Yes.
I'm
How
coming.
do you say
He's
they are
still-
able
are you
to
talking
do
about?
games without
I'm
him?
coming. Are you talking about he's still the top scorer for
influence
their
in the
qualification?
national
No,
team is
he's
massive.
He's the top
Influence
scorer
I'm coming.
in Egypt all-time top scorer.
Man,
No, I
if
mean,
it's
it's
about
a year
all
in
time,
review.
man
Yes,
scored
yes,
for
yes,
2017.
he's the top scorer for the
Yes,
World Cup
I mean, the World Cup
He's the top
qualifiers, yes,
scorer
Mohamed Salah is there.
for World
So
Cup
what I'm
qualifiers.
trying, put the national teams on the table, and then you see one national team going unbeaten, even surpassing the record of Spain, France, and then
look at the
Italy.
players that play
And
for
that's
the captain, though.
and that's
Look at the
No.
players that play for Egypt and look at the
Nobody
players
cares
that
about the players who play for Morocco.
Exactly. So then you cannot talk about what he won at PSG
Ban.
then.
So
If nobody cares about the players, then don't talk about what he won at PSG.
If that's what you are saying,
Yeah.
are you talking about the players who are around Mohamed Salah too in the EPL when they were winning it? Are you going to talk about that one?
Who only
Are you going to talk
contributed
about that one?
A little over 50% of the goals.
What are you trying to tell me?
That's
They
it. Those
contributed over a
same
little over
players are
50.
you.
It is never
Hold
true.
on, hold on, hold
How
on.
is it not
Hold
true?
on, hold on.
Ashraf Hakimi,
How is it not true?
Ashraf
Hold on,
Hakimi
hold on.
won the UEFA Champions League.
Yeah.
That's the magnitude of it.
You
Being
see,
a defender.
I'm a Liverpool fan.
He adds this to his accolade.
Right.
But for Mo Salah, you can't say so.
I'm a
Stand
Liverpool
up,
I cannot
I'm
say
a
what
Liverpool
you've
fan.
not.
What do you
What
win?
can't I say?
Stand up,
He
no, hold on,
won
hold
the
on.
Premier League.
I'm a Liverpool
Hold on,
fan.
stand up.
Yeah, so why?
When it
Okay,
comes
let me
to
ask you a
African
question.
best,
Then why does
you are-
even Mbappe, a player like Mbappe, rank anywhere in the Ballon d'Or top 10?
Why?
Because he won nothing, absolutely nothing.
No, let me give you that
If we're
explanation.
talking
Let
about,
me answer
if
that.
we're talking about,
Let me
you
answer
telling
that.
me that
Let me answer
the
that. See,
Premier
let me
League
answer the Mbappe
alone
question.
cannot give you such.
Let me answer that.
Ballon d'Or
Then
won-
you cannot
won-
tell me,
won-
tell
won-
me why Mbappe is in that list.
This is the perfect answer. Football achievements, the collective ones apart, there's the individual
Exactly.
recognition.
This is
No,
an
let me
individual
answer.
award, bro.
I'm
No, hold on,
answering and
hold
then
on.
you are talking.
No, let me have my
but-
take.
but-
Let me
but-
Let me answer. Let me answer.
No,
He
let me have
says,
my take.
I
No,
want to answer.
no. Let me have my take.
He asked the
I'm a
question.
Liverpool fan.
Okay.
It's a straight
Let me
fight.
ask the question.
Oh,
I'll
wait,
say
wait,
no.
hold on. Zlatan. Point well made.
So let me. I want to
No, you
answer.
have to allow me to
wait,
make my
wait,
point
wait,
as well.
wait.
Allow me to make my point.
Allow-
No,
allow
me to make
Standard
my
to
point.
make
You've
his
made your
point.
point. I'm a
Standard,
Liverpool
make your
fan.
point, right.
We all know it's a straight fight between Mohamed Salah and then Ashraf Hakimi. And
So at this point, Osimhen is out.
no, yes, well, I think Osimhen is out. Osimhen did well last season, he scored goals, but it's a straight fight. And the reason why I'm a Liverpool fan, but I go for Ashraf Hakimi, is because of his influence in the team. The
Not
role
just-
that he plays for PSG. He's not just a right back.
Yeah.
The offensive side of PSG game rely heavily on what Hakimi does on the pitch. We watched him score goals in the quarters, the semis,
Yeah,
and all
in
that. He
Champions
has he scored 4 goals and 5 assists in their round to the champions. That's 9 goal contributions from a right back.
defender,
The
yeah.
way they play offensively relies heavily on Hakimi. So it's not just about he's in the team that won the treble. I won't even talk about trophies. Salah won the Premier League. Hakimi won the treble and all that. Set aside that. I know the influence Salah had on, and as he said, he contributed about 50% to Liverpool's goals. But as a right back, the kind of influence he has had on the team from that position as a defender on that PSG side, if he's not in the team, it's a big problem for PSG. They do not have a replacement for him. And so with that being said, his influence in that team, winning the trophies he has had, the impact from a right back position, that is why I think he edges it for me as the African best.
Fellow
this year.
Liverpool fan.
Let me ask you, but this goes straight to Stana. So you just saying this means that PSG have absolutely no right to compete for any trophy again because
No,
he's
that's
out.
not what I'm saying.
So he's out almost for most part of the season now. Because if you tell me that his influence, he's not replaceable. There are just a few players that I can say on authority are not replaceable. Mohamed Salah in the Liverpool team is not replaceable.
Who is the replacement for Hakimi in the PSG side?
That is what I'm trying to tell
There's
you.
nobody to. So he too is
my
not
point
replaceable.
Ah, well,
my point
it's-
is, are you? So I'm not
He's
saying
not
he is,
replaceable.
I am not saying he's replaceable.
Uh-huh.
I am just posing a question.
So that's the
Are
answer
you
to the
trying to
question.
tell me?
No, what is the
they
contest
don't-
of
that's the
irreplaceable
answer
you are
to the
making?
question.
No,
Is it about player profile?
What is the contest of your irreplaceable?
My point is, you're telling me he does a lot for the PSG attack going forward, and without him, a lot of things
So
will
profile
lag.
wise.
Yes.
So you have a
Which
manager.
is true, wouldn't you agree?
It's not false. It's not a false.
So
statement.
profile
It's true.
wise, you don't
My-
also Liverpool
Yes.
doesn't also have a replacement for Salah.
Yes. And
Point well made.
what Mo Salah did last season, nobody can come into Mo Salah's position and do that. But I
Anyway.
can argue that what Hakimi did, somebody can do it.
So
for
do
PSG.
you think if Hakimi wins the award, it's unfair? I don't think
Oh,
you can.
it's not unfair.
Okay,
it's
so-
not unfair.
so let
I mean,
me-
it's the toss of a coin, but
yes,
I
exactly.
will.
And the answer still there.
So-
yo.
so-
The
so
answer
you guys-
there for
you
him
guys-
for come
So
out.
from what you guys are saying, I just know that you are tipping Mo Salah to win the award, even though you are a Liverpool fan, but you think that there is a slight edge
Yes, I'll
from
go for
Hakimi.
There's one answer here. For come out. I will
That
pick
answer for the ambulance day KSS. Anyway, so
that
answer to that Mbappe
the
question.
award,
Yeah, but it's Sergio now.
the award ceremony is happening tonight,
Yeah.
and I mean it will be a huge contest between these two. I mean, you people are brushing Osimhen off, but you never know. Well,
Don't worry, mate. Trophy never.
I am also tipping.
Nigeria, man,
I am also tipping Hakimi to actually go for it because of his not just being part of the team, but his influence in the team. The Champions League, the treble that they won.
influence.
He was playing Club World Cup.
Club World Cup and all. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think in the comment section. Keep subscribing to the YouTube channel, and we will bring you exciting content as always. My name is Leonard Abekando.